Hello and welcome everyone back to the Caldoon Crypto Show. And today we're going to be doing a deeper dive into HEX. What is HEX? What is the difference between EHEX and PHEX? My bullishness on both of them for separate reasons. What are my predictions? And as well, I'm going to be adding a segment on how you can create your own stakes within HEX. And of course, we're going to be talking about the latest and greatest of crypto and PulseChain news. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. And a big thank you to the YouTube members who are choosing to support my small channel. Of course, they have the perks of looking at my exclusive members videos. I'm gonna be uploading once per week. I will be making a validator video that I'm going to upload to the members first, and in a week after that, we will make it public. So there's that, of course. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Whether if you're just a long-time viewer, you never commented before, you never liked before, that's absolutely fine. You watch my videos, that's more than enough. I've been enjoying the journey here in PulseChain, not just fixated in the end goal. You know, that I'm enjoying the people that I've met so far, what I've learned. I'm going to carry this with me wherever I go. Okay, not just within PulseChain. I feel like it's also been a great character development, very humbling. You know, I'm thankfully closer to God because I do believe, guys, you know, God is looking after me. I think I'm very grateful for having viewers like you guys. And of course, God said, if you don't thank the people, it's as if I'm not thanking God himself. So, you know, thank you for tuning in. All the comments, I read them all. Join my Telegram if you guys want to stay up to date with the conversations. Don't be left alone in this crypto bull run. Don't try to be a one-man army. At the end of the day, you want to leverage the network, and of course your net worth is equal to your network, and my videos are basically a leverage of my network. So there's that as well. And a big shout out to CZ, okay, which I'm gonna get to that in a second, because I want to remind you guys, big shout out to Moon King, B Roots, you know, showing us the different type of videos that people are uploading right now. Just the start with, like, you know, a fearful red market, which, to be fair, it is actually red. There's a lot of sellers happening right now. You know, am I really surprised? No, I'm not. I was here exactly in this moment a year ago. With low volumes, prices were consolidating or even going lower. It creates opportunity. That's how you need to look at it. Okay, especially for the people who are new to PulseChain. This is your chance, and I truly do believe this is one of your final chances this month. Because of course, what happened in December of 2023, we pumped really hard. We actually pumped really hard in early January, and then we kept moving all the way up when we had our mini altcoin season here. You can see that I think kind of ended around March. You know, this is when Solana was really doing well. The volume were like, you know, billions of dollars per day. Even PulseChain, guys, it went well. I think INC went from like 40 cents, 39 cents from the bottom, and I think it touched around $10 mark. It's crazy, guys. It's really, really crazy. So I'm telling you, I think we're going to see that happen. And of course, the fact we're going to see it in 2025, we're actually in the altcoin season that we've all been waiting for. So this, what happened earlier this year, was just a tease of the actual bull run. So really, don't feed into, oh my God, oh, you know, things are going to end. What's happening with Bitcoin? Oh my God. You know, look at this. You know, this is, you look at Bitcoin, it feels like it's going down. Oh my God. You know, we broke an all-time high, and a few days later, we're falling down, which is absolutely crazy. Like, we just broke our all-time high. Are you okay? Like, are you just watching TikTok? It's making you have a goldfish attention span. Okay, because now what I'm asking you to do is just zoom out, bro. Just zoom out. Look at how much progress we've done. Look at how much progress we've done. And you tell me, oh my God, why is everything going down? It's crazy. Like, people are actually crazy. The people who are selling now, brother, are you out of your mind? All the stars have aligned for 2025, and people are still selling now, bro. It's crazy. The sell button doesn't even exist to me, bro. It's just DCA. And this is where I tell people, if you have a handful or a dozen of tokens that you believe in, hey, the strategy is just DCA and holding. If you want to be one of the first winners, you can be. Go ahead, you can be. You know, crypto is a solo sport at the end of the day. I'm not going to judge anyone. You know, if a profit is profit, whether it's, you know, a little bit or a lot, realized profit is good at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I do tell people, take profits at both peaks of altcoins. Both of the peaks of the altcoin season. I do tell people this. You know, I'm transparent about that. Okay. But people will get punished within the first altcoin season. Reason being, you have people that are following those KOLs, key opinion leaders like MM Crypto, telling people the bull run is going to end in Q3 of 2025. Now, of course, people are going to try to front run each other. They're going to start selling from February. Other people are going to see people are selling already from February. They're going to try to front run it and think, oh, I'm going to sell from January. I'm going to be smarter than everyone. And as an effect, it's going to actually make the first peak even lower than I expect myself. Guess what will happen? Those retail investors, those non-believers will get punished, just like every bull run. Guys, every bull run is actually the winners are the believers. Okay? They are. They are. The second altcoin season, that's where I really think things will pop off. First of all, it's going to be a way incredibly higher peak. I think we're going to easily touch 1 trillion others total crypto market cap. I think that's where the narrative is going to change from meme coins to DeFi 3.0, where stuff like HEX, PHEX, PDAI, PWTC narratives are going to absolutely blow off. This is not financial advice. This is what I believe in. I go to sleep just as good every night, thankfully, man, knowing that I'm in PulseChain, because this is our chance. This is my chance, and I want to seize it. God put it in my path. I've been closer to God since I've been on this journey. You know, I've been very grateful. You know, guys, I've been very, very grateful. So, you know, being in PulseChain, man, it's actually crazy. The last time, this is how it feels for the people who were in the pre-sale of Ethereum that done the 10,000x plus, you know, thousands of X's. This is how it feels to be early in Bitcoin. And of course, people still look back and say, oh my God, I wish I was in Bitcoin. What was I doing playing Minecraft? That was me. You know, I'm not going to dwell on the past. You have to have an abundance mindset. Combine that or multiply that with a delayed gratification. Multiply that with a DCA strategy. Multiply that with a hodling mindset. You will win. This is what CZ said, guys. Big shout out to CZ. Look at what he said. If you can't hold, you won't be rich. Simple formula. One of the best investors in the world are great at doing nothing for long periods of time. Another quote from CZ. So much FUD today. Fear, uncertainty, doubt. It's a pain for some, but an opportunity for others. Which one is it for you? Oh, I love it. I love it, guys. I really love it, man. Like, crypto is a crazy psychological, you know, are we really trading just numbers, or are we trading emotions, bro? If you really think about it. Don't be fixated at the price of what you believe in. If you truly do believe in a token, it shouldn't matter if it's up or down. Let me tell you. Do you think PDAI, do you think I'm going over on Twitter and be like, oh my God, what are people talking about PDAI? Oh, people seem very bearish about PDAI or bearish about HEX. Should I sell now and try to get a better opportunity and buy at the low again? No, don't do that. That's where you get punished. You have to be a disciplined trader, bro. Disciplined trader. I've done that. I've been there, guys. I have been there. That's why I'm making those videos, to document. Okay, I want to also share my mistakes, because one of the best ways is to learn from mistakes, which can be expensive. The next best way to learn is to learn from other people's mistakes. It's the cheapest way for you. So I'm happily sharing my lessons learned. You know, it's been a rough ride, guys. In 2021. That was kind of my first time going into crypto, my first decentralized exchange experience. I bought SafeMoon. I spent way too long believing in SafeMoon. I was one of those non-believers. I was one of those retail investors at some point. Okay, and then I realized, I was like, hold on, this is not how, you know, how we're like in the billions of market cap and people are still saying we're going to break 3 zeros. That's not how it works. The S adoption that I always talk about. You know, this is where I was. I basically entered in the late majority. What am I expecting, bro? I'm entering as exit liquidity for others. You know? So, and then obviously, his SafeMoon story, man, full of scams and team members like leaving. You know, they did the migration from V1, V2. They left a little bit of the liquidity in the side. Oh my God, bro. Like, oh my God. Bitmart's exchange deal, you know, they're keeping the money of the taxes when they're supposed to put it back in as liquidity. Bro, like, yeah, I'm so happy being in PulseChain. It is a chance to finally be in early on something. We are the first 1%. We're barely on one centralized exchange. We're gate kept. Guys, we are gate kept. Speaking of Richard Hart, big shout out to my man. It's clear as day that Richard Hart isn't doing this for money. The man retired in 2003 with a salary of 16 million plus. He started mining Bitcoin at 50 cents. He said that he wanted to mint 1 million millionaires. And he did just that. He minted thousands, guys. He minted thousands of millionaires with HEX, the HEX from Ethereum. right? We needed HEX to be created first so that PulseChain comes next. So this is legacy HEX. This is not just EHEX. I call it legacy HEX. It will not be forgotten. Not on my watch. I'll keep mentioning it. And there's also a very interesting theory that we're going to be diving into today. What if EHEX gets exposed to the sacrifice funds that Richard Hart is using to long Ethereum, the same strategy that he did with EHEX when it first launched in 2019 December time, after the pre-sale, which I think the pre-sale, it was kind of like a year-long pre-sale apparently. I'm not really sure actually. It launched in September 2019. It went ahead and did its 10,000x glory. Guys, guess what? Same thing that happened with EHEX, with the origin address holding a large majority of the token supply. Controversial, yet it has proven to be great. You want the founder to hold his own project. Guys, it is basically like a benevolent wallet, a secondary burn address. And of course, Richard has a clean track record for never selling a penny of the OA bags, guys. You have expectation that these will never be sold. Never. And how much of the OA is he holding in PHEX? Look at this. 15 billion market cap. We exclude the OA. 2.3 billion market cap. We pull up our calculator here. And we do 15 minus 2.3. That is 12. Ladies and gentlemen. He's holding 12 billion of that. And obviously we get the ratio. 15 times 100. Around 84% of the PHEX supply is in OA origin addresses. Yeah. There you go. That is bullish in my opinion, guys. That is bullish. For a lot of reasons. We're going to be get into that in this video as well. And of course you have the sacrifice funds, people sacrifice for. The same thing that Richard used the pre-sale funds to then long Ethereum, to then turn it and buy back HEX from Ethereum. That's how it goes, guys. It's as simple as I would rather Richard Hart, the creator, to do this strategy than paying off disingenuous content creators that are telling you, oh my God, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, when they've been selling on your back. When they know that the bear market is, okay, let's say the bear market soon, or they're hyping something up and they're selling literally after making videos. Oh, let me upload a video, let me wait a couple hours till everyone watched it and bought, and let me start selling. Yeah, Richard did none of that. We actually don't need centralized exchanges. Believe it or not, we actually don't need. Plus, and I do believe, we should leave those centralized exchanges from listing us until we're above sacrifice rate. Because then we're doing justice to those people who've been holding for the past years from the sacrifice. You know what I mean? Like, it's us, man. We're the believers. Let's give those centralized exchange people who are waiting for PulseChain to have a lower barrier for entry. Yeah, they gotta wait, man. They gotta wait. We have to be rewarded for entering and climbing up that high barrier for entry. And we have been. We have been rewarded such a long time. We've been able to DCA. So, very cool stuff. This is the difference between Bitcoin and HEX. I'm going to show you guys, this will be a deeper dive video. Okay, I'm not going to make it too long because I've been listening to your feedback, but it's a deeper dive. Bitcoin, no staking, no yield, proof of work, requires very expensive equipment, high on electricity rates, bad for the environment. Yep. History of inflation bugs. Okay. Staking yield, that's HEX. Time locking, where time pays you. Proof of stake, of course, or proof of weight. Good for the environment. Yep. 100% flawless uptime. That is absolutely true. Immutable code, you guys already know. No hacks or inflation bugs. Absolutely no halted withdrawals. Absolutely. Beautiful. Well said. And then here's the tweet that we're going to do a deeper dive. This is a tweet that I've done ages ago. This is when I was really studying a lot of HEX, really getting into it. July of 8th. You can see here, proof of stake, decentralized, high growth potential, proof of work, centralized, diminishing returns. These are key terms that you need to understand, right? With every bull run that we pass, we can expect less X's of them. Ethereum is a cycle 3 coin. We're not going to expect it to do 100X anymore. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's why PulseChain is such a gate-kept blockchain. Cycle 1 narrative. Think about the absolute growth potentials. Did you know, and I mentioned this in my previous video, with PHEX, from the all-time low A 1000x would be around $3.50, $3.50 guys, in the price target, and 1000x realized from all-time low. $3.50 is actually absolutely realistic, in my opinion. This is not financial advice. I'm not saying that it will reach, but I think it's realistic. Now, my conservative target is $2, which is 81x away from today's price. And you see that dip right there? You see when you zoom out and you see this dip from here, from where we are to all the way down here, 24%. This is what's making people panic. They can't zoom out and understand. Hold on, bro. You understand? This is how crypto moves. It moves in waves, Elliott wave theory. We have to have a small correction before we do a next leg up. This is not how, like, we just don't move in straight lines. We don't just go up, down, up. Like, we go in waves, bro. We go in waves. This is how it goes. Don't panic. And this is opportunity. This is opportunity. I look at this and I'm like, oh, nice. It's on sale. That's how I look at it. That is indeed how I look at it. Because look at this, guys. Look at this. Right? People look at this on Bitcoin. And they go, oh my God. We fell. They go, oh my God, we fell 10% in a few days when Bitcoin just broke its all-time high. What do you want it to do more? Do you want it to dance? Do you want this graph to turn into a GIF with a dancing potato? What do you want it to do more, bro? Chill. We're in December, a holiday season, bro. People taking holidays off, people spending money buying gifts, spending time with family away from charts. Let them do the thing, bro. Let them do the thing. People are panicking. Oh my God. Is altcoin season cancelled? Come on, bro. Yeah, these people are, guys, unfortunately, when you think of financial IQ, unfortunately, not a lot of people are destined to make it in these kinds of markets. I swear to God, you know. And it is sad. This is why I'm really continuously going to be making these videos, guys. I'll always be uploading videos. I feel like it's my purpose. I enjoy this. I enjoy sharing the knowledge. I don't need to gatekeep no knowledge. If I know, oh, look at this. If I do this TA analysis, it's very predictable when I can guess at the end of the altcoins season or this or that. I will share it with you guys. I don't need to gatekeep all of this. There's enough money in the world where we can all win, you know, in an honest way as well. I don't need to do any of this. I'm already super grateful for the YouTube members who are, you know, choosing to support me. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. Please, you know, others, like, use these metrics. The Bitcoin dominance is so obvious. Guys, Bitcoin dominance, look at this. We have clearly peaked at 61%. Now we're creating that falling knife. So keep that in mind. We have created that falling knife. And I think it's going to go all the way down to 40%. That should be your if statement if we are at the peak of the altcoin season. So if we did touch 40%, that's when you start to think about taking profits per week. You know, crypto is a solo sport. I'm not going to judge you if you take profits. Realize profit is good. Any profit, whether small or little, it's really up to you. If you want to just win big, take up a bigger risk, it's up to your risk tolerance. Simple. But what I want to show you, this is a key moment, and we're going to get back to HEX. Trust me, but you need to know this. Okay? The altcoin season. Or the other total crypto market. And apologies, by the way, my voice is, I'm a little bit under the weather. But yeah, you can see there, right? We've actually been doing really well. It's actually crazy how eerily close it's been to my line graph tracing. Okay, you can take a screenshot of this, you know, like look at the dates. Look at the dates. You can take a screenshot if you want, you know. And I think this, by the way, I think this will happen. It will be a smaller peak because a lot of people are trying to front rate each other, those non-believers, and I think this peak as a result will be higher. But you can see here what's happening. Oh my God, look, the others index or the others total crypto market, we're down 23%. Whoa, is the altcoin season canceling? No, it's not. Let's look at the last time we were in a super cycle when Donald Trump won the election, but now we have a more bullish, more pro-crypto ever. What am I trying to say? A more pro-crypto president than ever. Apologies for me fumbling my words. We look at the previous bull run, the 2017, guys. 2017, not this one. You can see here, guys. You can absolutely see here. Look, a few days into, because again, I found this pattern matchmaking from the Bitcoin halving. It's been around 350 days till we reach the first peak. That's kind of the pattern recognition. Again, this is something that I mentioned in the members exclusive video, but there you go. I'm mentioning it here now. You can see these pattern matchmaking, 350 days, and then between peak 1 and peak 2, it's been an average of 210 days. Same thing with this previous Bitcoin halving in the previous bull run, 350 days till the first peak, and then the difference between the first peak and second peak, 210 days. Let's do the same thing in this bull run, and now we can have a guesstimate of where the first peak will be. 350 days from the April 2024 Bitcoin halving. Yeah, that puts us at Q2 of 2025. And then 210 days after that, that's Q3 of 2025, sometime October. Guys, you know, that is it. The next best thing, we don't have a crystal ball, but the next best thing is try to understand the behavior of the cyclical nature of the bull and the bear market that hasn't gone away. And matter of fact, it's not the Bitcoin halving that's leading all of this. It's actually the global liquidity cycle that I spoke about in the beginning of my last video. Go watch it. Global liquidity cycle. It measures around 80 economies. The influx of money. You know, from like all the way from banks to households, shadow banks, credits, a lot of things, you know, and it measures it. Again, you know, that's not really the topic of today's video, but if you go back, you can see we did have a dip. There was a dip. Look at this right here. There was a dip where we went a peak and then we actually went all the way down where it was a minus 51%. Imagine how many people were shaken out just for you to be proven wrong. And oh my God, we just did a crazy, that is an 11x, ladies and gentlemen. An 11x. Wow. An absolute 11x. Wow. That's actually crazy. That's a huge jump. And then look, right? And then look, oh my God. The first peak was this high. A small correction. This is why I'm telling you, be careful. Small correction of, okay, well, it's not that small, but it was a 60% correction. Guess what happened? If you're still holding, or if you're DCing, because you understand the market, there's always two peaks. You just did another 21x of your portfolio if you're in altcoins. 21x. Oof, oh my God. The simplest answer here. You don't need to understand this. Oh, yeah, we're in a down, we're in up. The simplest answer, if you are just down here, if you're buying here in the pre-bull run, just like where we were, or if you're here post Bitcoin halving, you know, again, pre-bull run really technically, pre-altcoin season, which where we are now, we're basically right here, basically, like in this level here. But if you were buying, as I was making those videos for the past year, the simplest formula is just to hold. Just to hold. Don't play around with these. Oh, you know, small dip. Should I take profits? Yeah, you can take profits actually. But don't play into your emotions. Guys, at the end of the day, crypto, you're not really trading numbers. You're just trading emotions. You're literally just trading emotions. Okay? So have a strict rule set. Write it down. Write your if statements. When should you take profits per week? When these conditions are met. I speak more about this in my members exclusive video, so I'm going to end it there. Let's actually talk about HEX, PHEX. Why am I so bullish on those? Okay, we already talked about EHEX, the story of it, how it launched, why there is PHEX, because of course PHEX was cloned from Ethereum. One of the main motivations of Richard Hart to create PulseChain is because he understood that, hold on, Ethereum has scalability issues. It's expensive. It's slower. Let me fork Ethereum, make it better and more an evolved version of Ethereum that's more scalable, that solves Solana's buggy network, that solves Bitcoin's slow network, that solves Ethereum's expensive network. And he did way more than that. It turns out to be the world's largest crypto airdrop. There's a full of its first kind full system state copy of Ethereum, not just a fork, layer 1 fork. There's a full system state copy. So what he did as well, he airdropped everyone HEX that was holding. He airdropped everyone PHEX that was holding EHEX, including the stakes. So your stakes, if you had stakes in EHEX, they would have been replicated here in PHEX. Why? It's cheaper. In EHEX, I think if you want to create or end a stake, it could cost you hundreds of dollars. It would wreck your profit margins. Richard Hart didn't like that. And this initiated from the Berlin merge, where they spiked the S-load function lookup. And that really annoyed Richard Hart. That was one of the first beginning motivations behind PulseChain. Why Richard Hart created a PulseChain network. And there's more. There's deep lore. It goes all the way back to the CEO of MakerDAO. Goes all the way back to him. You know, his mysterious death. It goes all the way back to him. And all I'm trying to say is about decentralization. You might think XRP is amazing. You know, great. Great. But guys, it is basically one of the closest examples to a CBDC, centralized digital bank currency. Yeah, centralized bank digital currency. You know, why? Look at our LUSD. Not only does it have freeze functions, blacklist functions, it also has a claw back, I think, or crawl back function, which is crazy to me, guys. All of a sudden, they can make the stablecoins that you're holding in your wallet, if they had plausible reasoning, I don't know, you traded too many meme coins and they didn't like that, they can burn the stablecoins that you're holding, not just freeze your wallet, which is already a centralized function. They can literally burn it out of your hands. Thin air, gone, kaboosh, capiche. Not good. On top of the fact that they have monthly token unlocks, they've been setting a higher average in the previous years. No. Setting on your heads? No. Not in PulseChain, not in HEX. This is why I love the fact that we have OA bags holding majority of the supply. I trust Richard Hardy. He has a clean track record. It's a proven concept. Yeah, it is controversial to some people. They call him a scammer. Bro, look, dig more deep into it. What are you talking about? He's a scammer. What do you mean? He created thousands of millionaires. You know? Zero track record of those OA bags here in PulseChain have ever sold any penny. That's why I'm very bullish. And I still am fearing that I'm underestimating the 4 core tokens. Pulse, PulseX, INC, and HEX. PHEX is very bullish, guys. It gives us not only the fact that this has become a cycle 1 narrative again, with HEX now is cycle 2. Now it's with a newer chart as well. You know, people are going to say, okay, this is a great time to buy. And of course, now with the other one, I do believe, guys, I do believe. Look at this. I do believe, look at this. It's actually a beautiful looking chart. Fair enough. This is a bear market. What do you expect? Of course, there's going to be a huge correction. Now, obviously, in 99%, you know, tough. It is tough. But we're a community that survived that. That's why we're held as one of the strongest communities in all of crypto. A cult-like community. This is the part that you want to be in, where the community is the strongest thing about the project. Because, of course, at the end of the day, anyone can fork HEX. Anyone. It's open source. This is how crypto works. We forked Ethereum, but they can't fork a community. Let me tell you this. They can't fork a community. Guys, we are currently away from from all-time high is 103x. We're back over the triple-digit X's. Are you going to seize that opportunity? It is up to you. This is not financial advice. You have to do your own research. Okay. And a big shout out here, by the way, to where was it? There was a tweet here from Shill Gates. Big shout out to him. We have, you know, content creators like him understanding that Richard is fighting the fight. Look what he said. The fact that the entire crypto community hasn't railed or rallied around Richard Hart for the insane overreach and abuse of power he's facing from the federal government is actually disgusting. This is an all-out assault on crypto as a whole, and none of them seem to care. These people have no true morals when it comes to the ethos of cryptocurrency. It's just team sports and paychecks to them. It is indeed. Guys, PulseChain, we got 220 plus creators onboarding new people every single day. Look at this. We'll scroll down here. Total active wallets. Every single day we're getting around 1,000 new active wallets. 2,000 in a few days here. Very, very bullish. We are slowly onboarding. Look up Metcalfe's law. You double the daily. You double the user base of a network. You quadruple the price of it. So keep in mind, we saw where we used to average around 8,000, 9,000 daily users, unique daily users. And now we're seeing almost double it, guys. 15K, 16K, 18K at some point. Okay, look at the prices where they are. Yeah, it's shocking. We're still under sacrifice rate. I'm telling you, this is the final stretch. December is your final stretch. If you are new to crypto, if you're new to PulseChain, this is going to be your final stretch. I did see a question in the comments where they asked what's happening to the pulse that's here. How is it being burnt? And now I do believe there's a burn function where it actually does reduce the supply. If not, it just sends it to the dead address that we have in PulseChain, where nobody owns the admin keys to it, right? Or the private keys to it. So that's how it goes. So yeah, anyways, going back to it, moving on. This is HEX. Why HEX is the new Bitcoin? I'm going to quickly skim through this. Bitcoin is more centralized than you think. 2% of Bitcoin entities control around 71.5% of the total Bitcoin supply. Just 15 miners representing 0.1% of the network's top contributors control 50%. So 50 miners control 50% of Bitcoin's mining capacity. So careful, 51% attack. That's a risk there. But obviously, I don't think Bitcoin is at risk of a 51% attack. This raises the possibility of 51% attack. Buying HEX now is like buying BTC when it dipped from $30 to $2, and that is true. Be early, before the masses. Go against the crowd. Be the contrarian, guys. The SEC case does not have a strong position due to Ethereum ETF being approved, as seen as a commodity-based trust share, not a security. And of course, my example here, my reason of mentioning this, because PulseChain exactly is a fork of Ethereum. So if Ethereum is ETF approved, PulseChain should inherit that attribute. Code is speech, and deploying smart contract should be a protected form of expression under the First Amendment. Absolutely, this is an attack on the freedom of speech. Code is speech. Imagine they're trying to sue a piece of code, guys. HEX, an immutable, permissionless, automated code. What? Like, how can a piece of code plead the fifth? Or hire a lawyer, have a representative? Crazy to me. HEX is an ERC20 token on Ethereum 2.0. Proof of stake consensus mechanism. It's a certificate of deposit where time pays you. Absolutely. It does have a 38% average AP. Why? 100% flawless uptime. 3.69 yearly inflation. The average mining length is 7 years. HEX removes middlemen, so there's no trust variable. It is an immutable smart contract that is audited by the top blockchain contract auditors in the world. The community behind HEX is one of the strongest we've seen in all of crypto. It survived a 99% drop, and that's exactly what I said. HEX is now also on PulseChain. That's exactly what I said. A combined PHEX and EHEX price is 0.059. This is July. Let's see where it is today. Combined price is at 2.7 cents. You see? The power of believing. If you can't hold, you won't be rich. If you can't hold, you won't be rich. How many X's are we away from $1? Thank you for reading. There you go. That's a great tweet that I made. And as well, here's if you want to take a quick screenshot here, what are all the front ends where you can stake? I'm going to show you guys 3 different ways. So there's that. So just be patient. I'm going to get to that in a second. And finally, before we get actually into this, the theory, which I really like, the strategy of pumping EHEX to kind of grab people's attention that are already on the Ethereum, because obviously EHEX is kind of our foot in the door that's already been there, been planted. And of course, if you pump EHEX, it's going to grab people's attention about Ethereum, and then about HEX, and then they're going to think about PulseChain in general, and then that's going to funnel in, because the fact that we have a native bridge with 0% fees to bridge over. Exactly. This is why I think EHEX can be subjected to the sacrifice funds buybacks. Quick fun fact as well. Uniswap here talking about the world is waking up to DeFi, talking about how their total protocol volume is around 2.5 trillion when they are not. Do you know, as a fun fact, you cannot trade HEX on Uniswap? It's so crazy. They bent the knee for the SEC, guys. So crazy. Look at this. The crypto token that significantly made Uniswap visible to the broader crypto community was HEX. Posts on X have highlighted that HEX was responsible for a substantial portion of Uniswap's trading volume early on, with claims that it accounted for up to 40% or even up to 70% of Uniswap's volume for several months in 2020. This activity helped increase Uniswap's visibility and popularity within the crypto space. Too bad. Too bad they're bending the knee to the SEC. But tell you what, we forked Ethereum, we forked Uniswap, and we made it our native DEX of PulseChain, and we even have PulseX, which is even more bullish than Uniswap, because guess what? PulseX is deflationary, baby. It is deflationary. Every single trade that happens, every single day on PulseX, goes and buys back PulseX and burns it. How much did we burn so far? 5.71%. $53 million worth today. And this is day 587. Very, very, very powerful. Guys, very, very, very powerful. Yeah, this is kind of an average of every 10 days we've been burning $1 million. If you think about it as well. But anyways, going back to it, there's also here another tweet. There's a DeFi project called HEX. It was 20% of your entire volume in 2020. Then you banned it off your exchange because you hate the founder. You are you are not DeFi. And that is true, guys. It is. Uniswap, unfortunately, is more centralized than ever. And a big as well. Look at this. This is today. This is today's news. Happy Friday, Deegans. You know what time it is? Because, of course, now people can't swap their HEX on Uniswap. So look what people are doing. It's actually in the top 5 most popular swaps on MetaMask. HEX is there, just above Shiba Inu, bro. HEX is real. HEX is still here. EHEX is the legacy HEX. It's never going to be forgotten. It's never going to be forgotten. I mean, not on my watch. I'll be making videos. I am a holder of EHEX, guys. I believe in it. Going back to all-time high. I believe in it. Even Atropa dev, James Ollis Osborne III, made a video, or he mentioned in the PulseChain conference, and he spoke about, he believes in a 1-to-1 parity. So if PHEX goes to $1, he believes EHEX will go to $1. Vice versa. If PHEX goes to $2, he believes EHEX goes to $2. Now, my milestone for both of them, a 50-cent EHEX and a $2 PHEX. That is my conservative. I'll be very happy with those numbers. But again, of course, these are just milestones. You never know. Things can carry over. Always, stay vigilant on that. The timing of the market, any white swan events, which I do believe could happen. We are in a very pro-crypto era right now. President, you never know. They could even announce that they're going to be moving the Bitcoin holdings that they have, 215,000 that America holds. They could move it to, or add it to the balance sheet of the Federal Reserve. Huge. Helping them pay off their debts, helping them, hold more of it. They don't want China to topple them in Bitcoin holdings. No, they don't want that. What are all the stable coins that we have in all of crypto? What currency are they? It's the US dollar, bro. They want to seize that opportunity. They want to keep the United States the leading industry country of crypto. We need to make it a flourish. We need to flourish, or stop impeding the growth of crypto. With the SEC chairman Gary Gensler, that is resigning, but he's been trying to do some damage, collateral damage before he leaves. That's for another story. I'm going to keep you guys updated with the case as well. But anyways, moving over to the final part of the video, which is how can you stake. You can go to go.hex.com, ladies and gentlemen, and then once you go here, you can scroll down, you can see the community sites. These will show the different options, the different front ends. You can now go to other stuff like app.hex.win, where again, if you click on, if I refreshed actually, if I just refresh and then you click, it will just pop up either if you're having MetaMask or if you have Rabbit Wallet. And then it shows you your wallet, and then here you can click start stake. It tells you how much staking you're holding, liquid stake, and then as well how many, this is your staking, and this is my holding right here. And it tells you the B shares, which again, that's probably going to be for another video. B shares is basically a portion of T shares. Every T share has a payout per day, right? So staking is actually very cool, because once you stake, you enter in, and then now you own part of that 3.69% printer, basically, right? You own the inflation printer, money printer. You know what I mean? That's the cool part of HEX, really, where time pays you. Like, you're locking up your money and it's working for you in the meantime while you're delaying your gratification. So you can start stake here. So I can put an amount and just say 39. Length of days, I can just say 40. And here it'll tell you the bonus. So at the end of those 40 days, I should have around 1 HEX. And I think now if I put it to 400, it would say bonus would be 9 HEX. And then reward estimation is 3 HEX. So I believe I can expect 9 plus 3 at the end of the stake, which here will say it will complete around 2026 for what is it? The 24th of January of 2026. So I'm going to send this just to show you guys. And it is very cheap, by the way. It just costs you a fraction of a cent, half a cent. So that's how you do it with apphex.com. GoldPulse is also a really one of my favorite ones in terms of how beautiful it does look. So you can see the one that I just did. I think the transaction is still going through. Yeah, transaction link. But if I just quickly refresh, it'll even show you how much T-shares I have, how much percentage is staked. And then now it also shows the 400 day. Yeah, I think I need to refresh one more time. 1.1 year. There we go. That's the one that just came in. And it will tell you yield. So how much it has yielded so far. You can see 0.1 hex. It's pretty cool. Like you can keep track of them. You can obviously emergency stake, which I don't recommend doing. And wow, it does actually kind of calculate how much you'll receive back. I love that actually. I really do like that. And then yeah, you can see here projected yield so far 0.05 hex, ends in 30 days, which is so cool actually. And then here you can mint Hedron with it. That's probably for another video. So I do recommend goldpulse.com/hex. There's also another one here, app.icosa. Same thing, guys. It's basically the same function, right? You connect your wallet, and then you can just quickly refresh. I think I need to refresh. I haven't opened in a long time. So what we're gonna do? We could call them PulseChain. Let's do this. There we go. It is loading, so hopefully it does work. Let's quickly double check. Oh yeah, I am on PulseChain. So yeah, there you go. And it's showing me all the stakes. You can go mint or create stake. I mean, stake amount. I'm just going to say 66, stake length 99, stake type native hex. Obviously, there's another one if you want to try it. Hedron. We're going to click stake X, and again, it is the same thing, fraction of a cent. Beautiful, beautiful. And then the final one that I'm going to show you is the one where if you want to do it a very manual way, where you're doing it in scan.pulsechain.com, which I do recommend, for you to learn so you can interact with contracts directly. So what you're going to need to do this is get the contract address of a hex. This is, by the way, a very secure way where you're not trusting any front end, but obviously the ones that I mentioned here, like gopulse.com/hex is very trusted. I'm going to leave the link in the description. Apphex.win is very trusted. Go.hex.com is very trusted. And then here, scan.pulsechain.com, once you do that, it'll basically greet you with a website like this where you have to click the IPFS link that shows just one more click, and then now you're in this page that looks like this. Okay, once you do that, paste the contract address that you've just copied from the PHEX charts, and then click on the first one with a check mark that shows that it's verified, and of course the one that has an icon so that you know that this is the one that's native to PulseChain. And then what you want to do, go to the contract, go to write contract. But before we do that, I just want you to keep one thing in mind. Go to read contract to just see the read functions or the get functions. And then you can see here the decimals is 8. Okay, that's just one thing that you need to know. Keep that in mind. Remember that. Go to write contract. Okay, but before you do that, click on connect. Very simple. That's now you're connected in. Now you're ready to interact with the contract directly from the blockchain scanner, native blockchain scanner as well. And then what you want to do, you want to click on start stake. And that's it. There's 2 parameters that you need to enter, and that is it, which is how many hex you want to stake and for how many days. So for how many days, I'm just going to say 4, or let's say 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1 days. And I'm going to do how many? 1, 2, 3 hex. But before you click right, you need to remember that number, 10 to the power of, no, we actually go back. That's not what I meant to do. Click on the drop down and change it to 10 to the power of 8. Do you remember the decimals function that we just read? Yes, because hex is, even though the industry standard is actually 18 zeros or 18 decimals, we're just gonna do 8 because that's what it is. You click on 10 to the power of 8, and then that's it. You put the number and then you click on the button and it'll add the 8 zeros for you. And that is it. You click on write. And then we can double check, 1, 2, 3 hex is around $2.70 something. And then, yeah, you're interacting with the right contract. It cost me half a cent. Very beautiful. Welcome to PulseChain. The profit margins are amazing. It's cheaper, 17% quicker than Ethereum. It's more decentralized than Solana's buggy network that has 3,400 validators. Do you know how much validators do we have here in PulseChain? And which I'm going to make a video soon on how to become a validator. If we have 45,000 all around the world. You can't even tell where does the blockchain live. We're decentralized, baby. They can't spot us. They can't take us down. The power of crypto. Guys, it's run by the people. It's for the people. It's freedom of speech. Yeah, the SEC lawsuit with Richard Hart is actually an attack on all of crypto. But guess who's fighting it? Richard Hart. And then, yeah. Anyways, transaction has been confirmed. So now we can go back to Go Pulse and then refresh. And I scroll down and there it is. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or sorry, 3, 2, 1 days, 1, 2, 3 staked. Pretty cool. So guys, that is the end of the video. I'm going to end the video there. Now, if you are new to PulseChain, a quick way for you to onboard is using the bridge. Use Change Now, where you can exchange from BNB or Ethereum or Solana or whatever to Pulse. It's very easy and simple. You can do that. It will get your money in that wallet, in your non-custodial wallet, in under 5 minutes. I've used it almost on a weekly basis. So yeah, guys, listen, I'm going to end the video there. Let me know if you want me to do even a third part to the deeper dive or a deep dive into HEX. I want to hear your thoughts, guys. I'm going to end the video there. Thank you very much. You can become a member to support me. But hey, you watching till the end is more than enough. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.